Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rena. If you're new here, then welcome. Let me just quickly, I want to show you nope, you're not seeing this properly. Maybe like a bit better here. My Frozen shirt. I know, who is a Disney fan when you're heading towards your 30s? I'm so much into it. I just felt like I need to wear this again because the first time I was wearing this is when I was filming a SUKIN video, and that was years ago. So, if I'm showing you with my bare face, that can be only one thing. Today we're getting ready together, and this is me using all of Charlotte Tilbury's product today. I've got a whole bunch of stuff from them. I purchased a couple like last year, and there are a couple that I received from the recent mystery box that I unboxed with you guys, and a whole bunch from their previous mystery box, as well as their advent calendars. And speaking of advent calendar, that means we're heading into that season again. Can you believe Christmas in 2 to 3 months time? I mean, less than 3 months. That's how many weeks? 10 weeks or something like that. So 2024 is approaching towards the very end of its tail, and I'm definitely not ready for this year to over, but at the same time super excited as so many things happened this year. It's gonna be a great one. You can tell we're doing a chit chat video, right? But we're not chit chatting for random stuff, which I could do one if you're curious what happened in my life. There's so many things happen for sure, but we are chit chatting about the advent calendars. I've got some that I screenshot that I was like, yeah, we're gonna go through these. These are some of the ones I'm going to talk about, what I've already purchased, what I'll be purchasing, what I want to purchase, and what I really just have a word to say about it. So without further ado, let's just dive into today's video. You can tell I cannot talk. If you like advent calendars, if you like getting ready with me, if you like me chit-chatting, applying some makeup, testing it out, don't forget to give this video a like and continue watching. And I think we'll just start as we go. Quickly showing my face, I've got this natural redness, discolorations, acne scarring, lovely. And yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, and I'm kind of like an obviously yellow tone skin. The only primer that I've got from Charlotte Tilbury is their Fresh and the Flawless, Hollywood Flawless filter, which I bought the mini one so I could try out and compare with the e.l.f. one, the McoBeauty one, which I saw McoBeauty kind of on attention now because people are kind of not really keen the fact they're duping for the purpose of duping. It's not like their product and they happen to be similar. It's like they're duping it on purpose. I mean, yeah, it's really hard to say because you can do it either way. Like whichever way that you are staying on, you can find your point of view. And I listen to both sides. I'm like, yeah. So what I really like is to try it out and then just to see which one is my favorite, and I'll go for it. Whether it's a Charlotte Tilbury, whether it's a McoBeauty, whether it's e.l.f. And out of the three I've tested out, it's definitely e.l.f. has the higher coverage, Charlotte Tilbury having the filter, and McoBeauty having less of everything. But it has it all, but it's just less coverage. A glow is a little bit more prominent. So I have to say the three that I've tested out just for the filter, I love the other two, but not McoBeauty. So because I don't have a pore minimizing one, I'm going to use my Project Painting product, and I've already cut it open. This is the Maybelline, what is called Baby Skin Instant Pore Primer. What I'll do is there is still a lot at the bottom, and this is only like a 5 ml product. So I'll do it over my nose. I have done my sunscreen. My sunscreen is using the Good Molecules SPF 30 today because I'm just basically staying home. And I'll have swimming later tonight, but I'll wash everything off because I don't want to contaminating the swimming pool, although I'm sure there's already hot enough stuff. So I don't need mine to add on top of it. I'm wanting to use the Charlotte Tilbury a little bit, but I think I'll just end up using Heart Face because I also want to try out their beautiful skin foundation. I want to see the finish just of this one by itself. So I'm only going to use the Flawless filter on one side of my face, and this is how I usually do it. So have you guys purchased any advent calendars already, or are you eyeing on it? This year is the first time I've asked for advent calendars as obviously now it's birthday time and my birthday is in September, so I could ask for a birthday gift. Last year I was wanting to, but I ended up just purchasing myself. But this year I've already asked one that I want to show, well, obviously unboxing with you guys. And then I've asked 2 of my girlfriends to contribute to 1 advent calendar, and then I'll do probably 2 or 3 myself. It just depends. I know it sounds like you get so many, but this is what I love to do. It brings joy, okay? So let's talk about the first one, which is the one that I've already purchased, and it will be as my present. This is the ASOS Advent Calendar. Before I go into the ASOS Advent Calendar, the side with the filter is just a little bit more glowier than the side is not. A very tiny bit. I don't think it's a huge differences. And then I'm gonna go in with the foundation, and I will go through the advent calendar as I'm applying my foundation. I have the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. I'm very busy because I've got so many things on. I have in the shade Warm Child. This is shade number 2. It says it's a foundation that has a medium coverage, light as air, infused with hydrating hyaluronic acid, brightening rose complex, looks more beautiful instantly and over time for a healthy looking glow and a brighter, smooth looking complexion. Boosts up hydration to 166%. Don't know where's that coming from, but yeah, that sounds really good. The shade I'm having. I need to leave house by 5:30, so I have 4 hours wear test today, which is not the most amazing longevity test, but it will be good just to see how it wears out throughout the day, because I'll just be doing house chores, probably doing a couple of videos if I have time. So it feels really lightweight. It actually feels like the Estee Lauder. Not as heavy straight away, it's more lightweight, but it definitely had that feeling. I have the option of using a sponge, but I also have the option to use a brush, but at the moment I'm obviously use my fingertips. I think I'll use the sponge just to see how the coverage goes even with a sponge. While I'm blending myself, while I'm blending, let's go through this ASOS Advent Calendar, which I'll scoot over so you can see everything here as well. This year they have the box all over again, where previous they had the tote bag last year, and many years ago they had a clear box, which is the one that I purchased, the one I first getting into the world of Advent Calendar. So they have mixture of makeup and skincare. I had a look and I've already watched the unboxing for many people. That is why I ended up deciding of getting this one as well. I absolutely like the variations of this advent calendar. As you can tell, we have some good affordable brands because it's not super expensive. I mean, it's hard. How do you define expensive or not from beauty advent calendars? We have like Sunday Riley eye cream, but it's like 3 ml only. We've got the Rand Tonic Glow Tonic, 100 ml only. We also have a full size, but it's like hair scrunchie. Bare Mineral Mascara full size. I'd rather they give you a lot of makeup in travel size and full size in skincare, because we use that so much of skincare but little makeup, right? But I also feel like the makeup definitely more cheaper when they manufactured, has more a higher price tag when they retail, so it can make the advent calendar looks really expensive, but it actually not, if that makes sense. So a lot of the skincare here are travel size, but we do have Inkleast full size cleanser. We also have Aveeno Alt Calm and Restore Serum. I'm really wanting to try this one. I don't even know that we sell this here in Australia, but it's definitely sell in UK. Can you see the shades different? Like my neck is definitely looks slightly darker than my face, but it's not too bad. I don't know how it looks on camera, but when I'm looking in the mirror, it's just a little bit pale, as in I can tell my face got foundation, but it's not ghosty compared to my neck. So I don't mind how it looks, and I feel like by the time I add other things on, it will look much better. It is feeling a little bit dry on my face already. The side apply the flawless filter, is definitely no patchiness over here, where this side I didn't apply any than the pore minimizing primer. I can already see a bit of clumps of patches here, so I think you definitely need some hydration going on, but it doesn't peel off, like it's not wearing off. Everything kind of sits nicely on my skin, but you just have this texture here I don't really enjoy. And on this side there's minimum to nothing. I don't have concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, so I was gonna use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, but I think this foundation is already quite heavy. I might end up choosing my Project Pan product, the Baudu's Paris Healthy Mix Anti-Fatigue Concealer. Sorry, my nails are chipping. Today's the last day for this particular nail polish, and usually it doesn't get this bad, but I don't know what happened this time around. This week it just hasn't lasted very long. So I'll just go under my eye and my pimples. I usually use my fingertip to quickly blend it and then go with a sponge afterwards. So with the concealer, it just covers a little bit, not a lot. And then we're gonna go ahead with their Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Eye and Face Micro Powder for brightening, blurring, lifting, targeting dark circles and shadows. So it shouldn't be a full face powder in my opinion, because it comes super white. And it doesn't have a shade because it's just meant to filtering up. So let's see how that feels. I'm gonna use one of the Tarte like face brush here, like that. And just gonna put a little bit on, mirrors, not a lot. Something like this. Tap it off. It's very nicely pressed. It's very dense pressed. Love that. And then let's just go under this side of the eye first. Anything? Maybe I need a little bit more. Do you notice much on camera? When I look up closer, not really. When I look up with a distant, I think it filtered a little bit, but I can still see my dark circle because I wasn't using a very high coverage concealer anyway. I'm trying to push it in to see if it works. I think I like the filtering effect. So if I'm using a slightly higher coverage concealer and to press it on top of it, it'll look better. What I'll do, I'll get one of these, like the puffer, and then I'll just kind of smudge a little bit on it, and then I'll dab on my hand, just make sure I don't have too much, and I'll kind of try to press it in again. Sometimes it works. Oh, it's definitely brighter. Like here, the whole area where I push looks brighter than the rest of it. Okay, it's definitely not for the full face. I would prefer go back to the brush. And now I need to see if I really want to set. Yeah, it does feel a bit of tacky. It definitely has something coming off my face. I will need to set it, but before I go through there, I need to do some complexion products, and I have 1 and 2 and 3. They're all liquid formula. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand in the shade Fair to Medium, and their highlighter in the shade Spotlight, and the Matte Beauty Blush Pillow Talk. Let's go with the bronzer first. The contour. I haven't used this before. It's completely new. Let me just twist it open. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. The first squeeze is always a bit too much. Alright, dab it on my face. I've tried product like this, but not from Charlotte Tilbury, so I don't know exactly what I'm expecting to getting out from it. I've got a feeling I want to use the sponge, but I'm sure a brush would work and probably work a little bit more precise than a sponge, but I just want to blend things in. Ooh, it blended in nicely. Alright, here, the way to get rid of double chin is to make a double chin. And then we're just gonna blend along the line. I know it looks weird, but it'll look better in a minute. It's actually not harsh, but because I have this redness coming through out of my cheek, it just makes this really intense. But I know my bronzer only stopped here. This is just my natural skin, if you know what I'm saying. I'll do the same on the other side of my face and I'll be back. Another one that I always wanted to purchase is the Soap & Glory Advent Calendar. They had it a couple of years ago at Mecca here in Australia, but they didn't have it last year. And I don't know if it will make it happen this year, but if they will, I will definitely go purchase because it's just been on the hunt for so long. I cannot wait it anymore. I'm so wanting this now. I tried the Body Shop many, like 3 years in a row or 2 years. I didn't get the one last year. I got it and it turns out it's the same as the previous year, so I just end up not having it. So yeah, I really want to go back and get another Charlotte Tilbury, Body Shop one, of course. But if I have Soap & Glory as an option, I will. And I also want to get the L'Occitane one, which I said in the last Advent Calendar review video as well. Now we're moving on to the blush. We'll just do the same thing and I'll apply it, but I'll just go how do I open this? Yeah, Pillow Talk. Talk you through the Advent Calendars because the ways how I applied it will be the same. So Soap & Glory and L'Occitane. L'Occitane has so many Advent Calendars this year. Obviously they have their standard, which is kind of like a mini travel version for most of the things. And then have a deluxe one. And then they also have a reusable Advent Calendar. Those are the 3 I saw previously. But this year apparently they came out with a refill. I don't know if that's only UK available. But in Australia at least we'll get 2 Advent Calendars. One will be the standard. One will be their deluxe version. I might end up getting one if I couldn't get Soap & Glory, or if I didn't like the Body Shop what it came up with this year, then I think for body care Advent Calendars I would go for L'Occitane. Unless there's other brands you would recommend to me, I would like those as well. I'm also going to quickly apply some Charlotte's Magic Lip Oil Elixir. I just feel like my lips are so dry now. It's a rollerball version. I really should bring it in my bag. I'm currently using a lip balm and it keeps melting. This will be much better. I'm gonna switch it out. And then the highlighter, moving on. This is the Spotlight from Charlotte Tilbury. So from Look Fantastic, it's another Advent Calendar I wanted to purchase if I could buy it from UK. And the only reason why I would like to buy it from UK is because when you purchase this from Australian website, it is at least $70 more expensive than the UK one when you convert to the currency. I get there might be a shipping, but I don't think shipping is $70. I just couldn't justify the fact that I can see the price difference, like charging us for, I'm sure there's a reason for transporting and, you know, here and there, other things, taxes and all that, but I just, as a customer, I know that could be something the business company need to deal with. If you ask me to deal with, the answer is easy. I will walk away, I'll try something else. So I asked my friend to contribute to the Look Fantastic Advent Calendar. And I'm not quite sure at this stage if I want to get that or if I just save a little bit more money to get the Space NK one. Space NK this year will be my second try of getting the Advent Calendar because last year I couldn't get it. It just sold out. And then when I was getting it, it says my payment wasn't legit or something because I was overseas account. It's just, I didn't know what happened. It just didn't work well for me. And I was pretty, you know, angry about this. And then Space NK customer basically said, I'm sorry, but this is what's happening and this will be how it happened. And you just get a refund and there's no way that you can get your, I said, I'm happy to pay again. Can you ship it? And it's like, nah. And I'm like, you know what? This year I'm going to give it one last chance. And if it doesn't go well, then I feel like I will stop supporting Space NK's advent calendar despite how well they might be. It's so annoying. I'm just using a random shade to kind of shaping my nose edges here, just make my nose looks a little bit taller. Speaking of the content, the Look Fantastic content is not bad. Compared to ASOS, I think they are kind of comparable, a lot of similar brand sizes, but it feels like most people would love Look Fantastic. I wouldn't enjoy it obviously for the price differences, and also there are a couple of things that have exact product, like the lipstick from MAC. It's a shade I've already got, where the ASOS one is a shade that I don't have. So it could be a minus from the Look Fantastic, but a plus from ASOS to me. So things like that would make into account. And when I was choosing between the Cult Beauty and the Space NK one, I found Cult Beauty is winning in the number of product, but not actually the product of product. Well, I've got all the blush and complexion cream product set. I am gonna go with blush powder to set my blush, and I believe I have a highlighter powder as well to set my highlighter, and hopefully I don't need to set the rest of my face, but I'll see how I go. So let's have a look. This is the highlighter in the shade Champagne Glow. This is in the most recent advent calendar, and this is the mystery box, and this is in previous year's mystery box. I really don't know how I feel about this blush. I want to make it work, but every time when I do it, it just feels like not my favorite shade. But I do like how the matte pillow top looks like. It's much better, and I like it a lot more. So I'm just gonna add a bit more shade here. So like I said, Cult Beauty is definitely winning in the number of products, but I had a look. I personally don't use a whole bunch of hair product. I love skincare and makeup, and out of the two, I would like to have more skincare than makeup. So I think Cult Beauty is just okay in that. So the two that I'm picking from is definitely going to be Space NK. Not necessarily Space NK is much better, but I just feel like I'm already losing my interest to Cult Beauty. So the Space NK will be my go-to this year. And they haven't figured out the release date or something. I know Cult Beauty's one is already available to purchase, which is amazing. And they came out with 2 editions. There are only a couple products different out of the 2 edition, and apparently the Love Scent one works a little bit more than the other. It's just a really funny way of how they make it. Now, looking at the whole face, I think the glow even picked up more better on the side where I had the primer on. I really now know why people love the primer more. In general, it looks more glossy and juicy and glowy soft. Here, it's just glow but dry. So let's continue. I have no brow product from them, so I'll do my brows and I'll be back with you. So I'm gonna play with the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty vs Eye Palette. This is obviously their edition from the last year, I think. And I have one more. Ooh, it looks pretty. I have one more advent calendar to talk about, and that will be the Asian advent calendars for Stylevana, Yesstyle, and a couple of other brands. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Bling Bling today, starting with a base shade. The only one that I can see in this palette is either that pink or the brown. I think pink will be too pink. Maybe we'll start with the brown and see how I go. So I'm gonna use Future Matte Virtual Taupe, this one here. So at this stage, when I'm filming the video, you only have Stylevana's advent calendar is for pre-sale, for pre-order, and it retails for $335 something. With the pre-order, you probably get 20% off. So that's $60 more, $70 off. So that gives around $250-ish. I still think that's expensive. So that's $10 door per day. And there are 25 in there, $25. I'm like, that's just me buying this. I know the Korean skincare used to be super affordable. Now they're a bit more expensive because things has you know, the popularity is there, so things get expensive, and I just feel like beauty advent calendar should be something a little bit more affordable. And I think for them, anything under, it's like 199 will be a steal for me. I would definitely go for it. And I know it's not like that as many years ago. And I have the Stylevana advent calendar from last year. Did I have it for the year before as well? I forgot. What was it, last year or the first year? I definitely had it last year because I still have the box here with me. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a good advent calendar, but it's probably a little bit on the pricey side. With the 20% off, I used to be able to get a whole bunch of gift with it, as in, you know, their beauty member gifts and all that stuff. Now, advent calendar, you can't get the gift. All you can get is the advent calendar. If you want to get gift, you have to purchase some random stuff on the website, anything. If you purchase anything, they will still give you that free gift. I just felt like, why advent calendar is not part of it. But looking at the content of the advent calendar, we have daytime skincare routine, nighttime skincare routine, and the makeup. I really enjoy all the skincares in there. I'll leave that link here as in the content. But I really not super towards the makeup products. Last year I felt the same, but I really turns out loving a lot of the makeup. So it could be the case same all over again this year. This matte's got some shimmers in it. I can already see there's blings on my eyes. And I'm gonna go with Space Chocolate, this one, and see how I go. I'm gonna use a slightly skinnier pat brush just for the like double eyelid, and then I'll blend it back in. Currently not purchasing the advent calendar yet because I want to see how Yesstyle is planning for this year. Last year I skipped the Yesstyle because Stylevana came out first. I purchased in the middle of the midnight, I remember. So this year I'm really looking forward for Stylevana as well to compare Yesstyle. The other brand or place that I think of purchasing advent calendar is Sephora. I'm gonna use the middle shade called Supernova Suit, just kind of blends everything a little bit towards together. The base shades in here are very limited and they're all matte but not super matte. I always have hope for Sephora, and every year turns out, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it because it looks horrible. I saw many sheets, masks there, and not enough full sizes. And they're basically, the Sephora advent calendar is for Sephora only, obviously. They're a brand, but they just don't have the best product, not their best selling, rather than something like quite a bummer when you're having them as in an advent calendar. I mean, if it's a gift, it doesn't really matter, but if you want to get it for yourself, you want a bit of experience, price, value, and everything all together. So if you know any good advent calendars that I haven't mentioned that I can purchase here while I'm in Australia, definitely let me know. As long as they can ship to Australia, I'm happy to give it a go. I actually really wanted to try the purple down here. It's called Digital Lilac. I'm gonna use my fingertip because it's obviously, ooh, pretty. Alright, just gonna go on my eyes regardless. I feel like this palette will be super good if you're cool tone skin. For warm tones, purple can look dirty, dark. It feels a bit chalky when you press it in. It's one of those dry formula. Yeah, and I feel like my base color doesn't match well, but I'm using everything in this palette. Yeah, I like the color, but I don't like how it looks on my eye. So I'm gonna try use Beautyverse, this one here, to kind of sheer out the purple, but maybe give a little bit, I don't even know, this looks like a silvery shade. It's very dry feeling. I'm kind of worried that if it just fell out everywhere. Just kind of bland. Yeah, no. The shimmer looks good, but it doesn't look good on the eye. God, that's not good. And I don't have any more darker shade to emphasize, and there's foul loss already. I mean, I apply it with my fingers, so I'm trying to think ways to compensate the situation I am having now. Not looking bland, it's like I'm just packing a random color on. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna choose another palette, obviously. That's the only way it will make it work. Thinking trying between a Huda Beauty Haze Sand and the Folklore, what is it called? Magic Spell eyeshadow palette. I've got kind of pink in here. And I've got obviously purple pink in here. Okay, let's try Huda. I'm gonna use a slightly deeper matte shade here. I don't know, like now it's just playing with fire. Because once you apply the glitter, the more you blend, the more glittery it gets everywhere. But I need to make this purple blend into the eye look first, and then I'll worry about the glitter later because there's nothing else that I can do now. I think that actually eases off the glitter a lot better. And I'll go with Evil in this palette because there's a bit of slightly darker matte just to emphasize the outer edge. So it calms down that purple, give a bit of a neutral tone to it. And then I am going to add a little bit of Cure from the Magic Spell palette. It's much a creamy texture. This is much better than the Charlotte Tilbury. I heard people said about the chalking sort of texture, but I didn't feel it was, I didn't think it could be this chalky. Because this color got a bit of pink, got a bit of red in it, and slightly copper-ish as well, so it blends out better with the purple. Like that purple is dead on purple. If it has a bit of more cream to it, I think it will look much better. Because it was so just purple, I think it really takes effort of everything you're pairing has to be perfect. But if you do it perfectly, I'm sure it's pretty. But I think sometimes eyeshadow is not for someone who's like knowing the perfectly how to do an eyeshadow look. So now, with all the fix in here and there, I think it looks a little bit better. And I need to clean my under eye. I usually would use a colored powder, such as the Huda Beauty Glow-ish, or I sometimes use the Makeup Forever matte foundation powder underneath. Use this brush again. It helped a little bit of smudging things, but at this stage, I'm not sure about a lot of things. I really like their complexion product, but this particular eyeshadow is not my favorite. Let me do my liners and I'll be back. We're just gonna try one last thing from Charlotte Tilbury, which will be their Push Up Lashes Mascara. So every time I just come off my camera will turn it off. I've done one side of the eyelashes. It is pretty. It has this one very stiff plastic bristle. So it's not the fluffier one, not the traditional one. I've already curled my lashes because my lashes will just come down naturally. It brushes into, sorry, I don't know if you can see, every single of the lashes and is not clumping. So this is my code 2. The only thing that I'm worrying, which is kind of showing already, because it's, I don't know if it's heavy or anything, it drops my lashes down. I wanted to keep up. That is why I usually do a lash primer, but for the purpose of the video, I'm not doing that. But let's try this one. So let's just do one coat first. It doesn't come up with a lot of products. It's definitely a slightly, I feel like a slightly drying formula. That's not necessarily bad. I kind of enjoy that from time to time. So this is kind of like one coat. It's pretty. I kind of like this. But 2 coats on that side, I think it's a bit heavy. So I'm gonna keep just one coat. If you want to go intense, I feel like you need some other primers to kind of hold the lashes, and then you can do 2 coats or use another mascara. I know a lot of you guys do multiple mascaras, but this is good. I'm impressed. The last thing is lip pencil as well in the shade Hot Gossip. Let's do the lip liner. I mean, And then we'll figure out what lipstick works with it. I need to get rid of these lip oil. It's very nourishing. I like it. I'm gonna put it in my purse, switch out the lip balm that I'm currently having because summertime is just too much. Wintertime the lip balm will be perfect because it wouldn't melt. I wouldn't feel the whole lip, but it's a very lovely color. I like this color. This is from last year's advent calendar. So you can imagine if you're receiving something this year similar, which yes, the other advent calendar, Charlotte Tilbury, came with the heart shape, like heart shape calendar. It's beautiful, but I don't know if I would like to want to have that. Glowing Gen is one lipstick. Oh, works gorgeous. And then I've also got Walk of No Shame. I have this lipstick, but this is a liquid one. I got a feeling I want to use the liquid. Let's give it a go. But what I found Charlotte Tilbury Advent Calendar is that you have to be a lover. Like I have all of these from last year, and I probably don't need to have another one of this in the next 5 years because I just got everything that I've already need. And I feel kind of similar with the mystery box. I can take a break from it and then I'll get back to it. The heart design for this, it's cute, but I haven't figured out the best way to use it apparently. With the liner, it definitely keeps everything in. I'm feeling this is a plumping lip gloss. Yeah, there's a bit of tingling and like cooling effect, but it's not hurting. I like this packaging too. I have another one similar in this packaging. Yeah, that's pretty much all for my face. Just have another quick close-up look now. This is the side, sorry, get rid of all these. You can see the glitters coming from the eyeshadow. This is the side with the primer on. Ignore my messy hair. And hitting to the middle. And this is the side without the primer. After everything, I don't know which side you like a bit more. I do feel like on my skin wise, this is more hydrating. This is not drying, but it's just not as hydrating as this side. Looking from distance, you can't tell. I'm not 100% sure if I will super enjoy with this foundation. I need to wear it out a little bit more. But straight away, I can say their complexion ones are really good. I mean, they were a hype anyway. And the filter works really well with a drier, high coverage foundation. If that's something you like I love those. I would like to use this a bit more. Obviously, you can't finish your look without the Charlotte Tilbury spray. I think their setting spray is one of my favorite things from the brand before I discovered the rest. I also love their eyeshadows, not this palette. I need to play with it. This palette's gonna sit out for me to play. I'm gonna try not to use the palette itself, mix it with other shades, palettes that I've got, see how I found in that purpose. If I can make it work, or good. If I can't, sad, but I need to make a decision. So let's just quickly spray my face. It has a nice scent. The scent from this is very similar to the makeup at the Australia's ones. The Australia's one's obviously much affordable. It doesn't have the longevity as this provides, but this is a really good mist that you apply throughout the day. You know, you feel dry, your skin's a bit, you know, just need this to moist everything. Where here, this one's more definitely for a setting spray if you want a long lasting power. That is the full face of the Charlotte Tilbury and a bit of my personal thinking of 2024's Advent Calendar. Hi, I'm back. We are close to 5 o'clock and I had this makeup on, let's say around 1:30 to 2 by the time I finished everything. So we are close to 3 hours, 2 plus 3 is 5. 3, a little bit more than 3 because I finished my base pretty quick and a lot of time was spending on this freaking eyes. Let's have a close-up look. Instead of me bringing the camera, I'm bringing myself closer. I had a look myself and I didn't touch every single bit. I did drinking, but I was using straw. So you can see Where I had a lip liner, the lip gloss stayed on, but where I only have the lip gloss, which is the center of the lip, it's coming off. Around the lips area, there are a little bit of caking going on. My nose edges, they're just normal, just the way it's meant to be. I do like how the contour looks, as in you can't tell you contoured, but when I sit far away, I definitely feel like there is contour effect. That's what I want. I don't want a harsh line, so I'm really happy with this. I definitely still think there is blush left on, but there's not a lot. And looking back at this matte blush, I actually really enjoyed it, but how tiny it is. That was my first time using it, apart from swatching it when I received this in the advent calendar last year, and only 5 ml. I mean, it will last me a long time, but I'm really happy with the complexion product. Like I said at the start of the video, contouring, blush, and the highlighter, as well as the powder blush and the powder highlighter. I don't know if these two stands out, as in I would pay the extra money from Charlotte Tilbury, but these three I would probably do, especially the contour. I think it's good. I like how it just looks like no contour, but it actually contoured. For my base product, I'm still on the fence. I definitely think it looks a lot better in front of the camera. So with the lights that I've just got a studio light right in front of me. If you're going out where they have quite nice light shine towards you, your skin's gonna look much better than how I see it in real life. But I think it oxidized just a little bit, which it matches with my neck even better now than when I first applied it. So although I don't reckon you need to go shades lighter, but if you're in between shades, you probably go the lighter one. And this is the shade I pick it up after going through the Charlotte Tilbury skin color quiz thing. So I'm really happy with how they pick up the shade. It was pretty accurate. For the lip gloss itself, I really enjoyed it. It's very moisturizing now, definitely still sticky, so it's not for windy days, but the juicy looking of it, there's no stinging whatsoever. After the first couple minutes of that cooling kind of plumping feeling, no sting, and now I can't even feel anything. It's just a lip gloss with a really beautiful color, lip liner's color matching perfectly. The mascara, let me have a look. The curls that I curled my lashes up, the curls are flopping down. So I think the mascara is a quite heavy one, a dry formula heavy mascara, where if I use my primer of mascara from the Japanese brand, they usually curls up even better. So that's something it can work on. It's definitely a mascara that I need to combine with other things to work together. But if you have natural curled lashes, this one is probably pretty good. I like the dry formula. Eyeshadows is obviously a disaster. I really need to play with this eyeshadow a little bit more. I'm already on the fence of should I declutter this. I'm gonna try a little bit more, work with other eyeshadow palettes. I know that's not the ideal way of using it, but if it can work that way, I am okay to keep it in my collection for a little bit longer. And for the setting powder, I still need to work on it. I think it minimized the under eye darkness a little bit, but it hasn't filtered so much that I see the difference from like the IT Cosmetics one or some of the RCMA, you know, the filter effect suddenly goes on. The problem with RCMA powder is a faded after 2-3 hours, especially when your oils comes out, but when you first applied it, it was very gorgeous and beautiful. So I need to play with the powder a little bit, play with the eyeshadow a little bit. The foundation definitely works better with their primer, or if you have anything it's more hydrating wise. I think this side of the face it's looking less cakey than this side of the face. All in all, I have to say the no-brainer Charlotte Tilbury product are their ones, which they're best-selling products. I just lost my word. Obviously, their filter was raved so much already, and there's a reason behind that. Everything else are good. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give me a like and consider subscribe. I've done another Fumu with the same outfit about the sweet skincare brands that came out with a New Balance line. So if you haven't watched that video and you're kind of curious, depends on which video comes out first. I'll make sure I leave a link somewhere if it's already available for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Let's stay safe and stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one.